Hello, my name is Silikuni or Hida and welcome back to my channel. Usually I start my videos in my room, but we are currently at a convention and this will be part of the next video. And so I'm starting it here and yes, here we are. I shouldn't be filming with my front camera, but the thing is, I like to see myself when I cannot check the camera. So, which is not really possible because there's so many people around. I just want to have a short intro. I hope I can keep it short. If not, I will just put footage over it. So, let's get going. Today is the 16th of March and we are at RedNerdCon, which is the first time that it happens. It is in Völklingen in Saarland, Germany. And we drove here this morning. We were super early on, like we could enter a bit earlier. It started at 8 and we have time until 11 to build up, and it's currently 10 o'clock, so I still have 1 hour. I set my booth up, I picked up my friend Crimson Crime, and Fuzzy Luna also built up his table, and now I have 1 hour of time which I can just use to prepare the last few things and eat and bring the stuff to the bring and buy, because they have a bring and buy, which is something I don't encounter often at cons, especially not at local cons, so I have to take the opportunity, and I brought all my things which I collected since years and I want to get rid of, so I priced them, I put them in a box, and we have to bring the boxes and hope that everything works well out so that we are in time back at 11 o'clock, because we only have like half an hour to do so. So I hope that works well out, and for the rest, I don't think I have many new things. I have like 1 print which is new, and yeah. No, I don't think I have anything new. Oh, my display. It's the first time I'm using my display now, which is super cool. Sadly, it already broke because I was not as careful with it as I should be, because it is out of carton, like it's out of cardboard, and it fell during the drive, and it was unfortunate, so I just put some tape on, but then again, I'm a mess of an artist and it just suits my aesthetic, so that's great, I think. And for the rest, I don't have anything new. I just stocked up on some prints. I didn't even make new buttons because I still had enough, and I did some in between the conventions now. Today is also a 1-day event because, as I said, it's the first time they're doing this, so it's probably just to try out how it works if the people are coming. So it's 1 day. It's something quick and easy, local and sweet and cute, so I hope it is a success so it can grow, and I hope I also see many people back because, as I said, it's local and I know some people. That's so far the update, and I hope everything works well, and if anything happens I will update you some more. Also this time I flipped my table, like I built it up symmetrical, like not symmetrical, yes, symmetrical. I just flipped it like some things, and my brain just didn't work this morning, so I was just like suddenly like, that's not how I build up usually, but I just made it work. I also displayed my mini prints differently, so let's see how this works, because this was much quicker and I like that, and I hope people see them. So, and back behind the booth, we just brought our bring and buy to the bring and buy tables. We just had to put our numbers on, and that's done. And now I'm organizing everything behind the table, like I put the boxes where they belong, my stickers together, my prints together, and all that. I have to take out my envelopes so I can pack the orders I get. And for the rest, I have to create a sign for my zines with the prices and names and what it is, and also that's 18+, because I have not safe for work stuff in there, so I will mark that down. And for the rest, I'm so relaxed right now. It's rare that I am for conventions, especially in the morning, but the building up was super smooth. Like usually I'm super stressed. Also usually it is the day before that you can go set up, but this is such a small and local event that it's no point in doing so. So despite that, the building up this morning was very, very nice. I had 3 hours, that's more than enough time, and I love it. It's just amazing. Hand sanitizer, because I always have some with me, which I think is super important, because when I eat something or such, I just clean my hands with it to make super sure that my hands are clean. and before I touch anything that someone wants. Still have my old logo on, which I don't use anymore, but I just still give them out because there's no point in now throwing them away. And yeah, I wonder if I will get any commissions today. It's sometimes scary when I'm alone because I don't have anyone helping me, but then again it's such a small event that I think I will manage well. I managed for Anime Focal as well, which was 18,000 people apparently, so I managed that, so I think I will manage this here as well. And yeah, I wonder if I will get any commissions today. Then another thing, I have the stage right in front of me, like I can look at the stage, which is cool. I will see the entertainment, but partially. But I wonder if it will be too loud. I hope it will not be too loud, because usually, like in artist alleys, if it is too loud, it's very hard to understand the people and to then communicate properly, because some people also speak very quietly. And I hope that won't be an issue, but we will see. Also, I have my friends around, and so far a super cool and chill vibe. Like, I love it. Also, I'm right now wearing my shirt that I test printed at Shirtle. So that's it. I have no idea how it will be. So far it's very comfortable to wear and I really like it. I also like the colors. Like at first the colors didn't look as vibrant, which is understandable. Like I printed it on black because I love black, and due to that I can imagine that's why it isn't as vibrant. But yeah, so far it's very comfortable. I don't think I have any issues so far with it, but we shall see. In 3 minutes it opens, so let's get going.
It's your last thing, wasting your breath. Did I hear you imply that they don't deserve death? Are they lovers, are they sinners? Cause it's time to try. There is fair and high for an eye.
We are back. Well, we are back since quite some time, because today is the 28th of March and it's almost 2 weeks later. And that's because I was very busy with my last video, because I had to go for so much footage, and it's up now and I'm very happy about that. So if you want to check out how I painted my canvases for the gallery, please go there and see how I'm creating them. So it's after the convention and things are back on its spot. I could clean my room up and I finished my last video. Hence I started this one already at the convention, because on the 15th I ended the other one. and had to go to the gallery to hang up my canvases. On the 16th I had RedNerd convention. I also had my gallery opening already, which will be the topic of next video because I shortly thought about combining both, but I think that would be too much in one video. Also very contrasting in topic and kind of art, like the art I create for my table and the art I create for like galleries and such is very different. So I decided to split that and move it to the next video. I started this video at a convention, and usually I show how I prepare for conventions, which is not the case for this one because first of all due to the stress, but also I didn't have to prepare much because I did that in advance, so I could have the time to paint. And now after the convention I cleaned up everything and I get going to stock up things and prepare for the next convention, which is LuxCon. And something I don't really do very often is ordering my button parts, which I think I do like twice a year or such, because I always order in big quantities because everything I need for my buttons and also my button machine is from Canada. So ordering there is quite expensive regarding shipment and also taxes. So that's why I do it not as often and in big amounts. And for this order I ordered 2,500 buttons. Oh, I have to go through all of this. But I have to fit everything into those 3 drawers, and let's see if I manage that. Last year we also ordered only twice, and I think at first we ordered like 1,000 buttons, which was at that time a lot because we never ordered 1,000. That was of the start of 2023, and then mid 2023 we ordered like 2,000 buttons, like twice the amount, because it's not only me who uses my button parts but also my boyfriend, and yeah, we use like 3,000 buttons a year. So I think I still have like 200 buttons left from last year, so I really need to order. I order my buttons from Cheap Buttons. They are super friendly. I love their machines because you don't need a machine for each kind of button you want to create, but you can deassemble it and then put on new molds, and like that you can create every button you want with one machine and just have the molds stock. And I think that saves space, and the quality is also very good. So far I never had issues with my button machine, and I have it since 2020 because I already sold buttons at the first con I was. Oh my god, I have my button machine since 4 years almost. No, since 4 years. Crazy. So I stocked up on them. I got like this big box. The package also got almost lost because my postman did not do his job right and was a bit frustrating, but I have the package now, and now I will just go through it. Per 100 buttons there's always 2 packages, one with the bottom part, one with the top part, and so that I don't end up opening random bags and not knowing how much buttons are left in one bag, I put some washi tape on top and seal it like they're closed, but I put some washi tape on top so everyone knows that package didn't get opened yet. And like that, also if I'm not around, if someone wants to make buttons, they can just take the bag, like look for the bag that doesn't have washi tape left on, and like that we go through everything. But yes, that was now a big order for the year. I usually don't have to do it again this year, maybe at the end, depends on how well we sell. Also looking forward for Dokumi because I didn't go last year and they implemented another day last year, so it will be 3 days total, and I have no idea yet how much I will sell. Like last year many people sold out already the first or second day because they underestimated their stock, so depending on that I will have to order soon again. But usually it's a rare occasion throughout the year, so I wanted to talk a bit about it before talking about RedNerdCon. I try to not repeat myself too much. I already start editing so I know what I somewhat said at the con itself, also because it's 2 weeks ago. So I refreshed my mind with it and already looked what do I have, what don't I have yet, and try to give more information on the things I didn't talk about yet, or like update the things I said back then. To get back in, RedNerdCon was in Völkling, Saarland, Germany, and it was their first edition. So there never was any kind of convention like that before organized by them. And also to give you some more information, there used to be a con, an anime and manga convention of a smaller scale around here, and it vanished. It's very sad because it was a local anime and manga convention we had, and I'm very sad about it. And I mentioned it because first of all there was a lack of such a convention around here because people were used to have such a convention here, and second of all I know that the one person who organized RedNerdCon also aimed to have a similar kind of convention again, to pick up onto that charm and bring it to life and bring such an event back into this region, which I'm very glad and happy about. And throughout the process of like achieving such, they did so much advertisement. Like they had flyers, they brought them to any other event, they gave them to artists like me also, so we could share them. They were also very active on social media, very transparent. They had a very good communication. One could really tell that they put a lot of effort into this and wanting to inform people, so at the end many visitors would come by and have a great time. It was also a cute location. It wasn't too big, it wasn't too small. They had like a big hall and then a room on the side with a bar and such, and then they also had like a workroom downstairs and another room upstairs. Like it was very cute and had a pleasant size for the convention itself. And what I really liked about the convention also, they focused a lot on artists. I think they didn't have any merchants there. So far I didn't see any, but I think they really focused on the artists mostly because they had 45 artists, if I read the number right. What was really good about the layout is that they had all the artists in one big hall with the stage. So if something happened on the stage, first of all the people would come in to watch it. Second of all, they had 2 entrances, like spots they could enter and leave, and that meant if you entered from the one door, you had to go through all the artists with, like following one path until you reach the other door, and that's where you could leave. And like that you were forced to first of all follow that path and pass all the artists. I think that was a very good decision to give every artist many people to pass by. The only thing I noticed that on our side, because we were sitting right at one of the entrances, we had 2 doors, and if people didn't use the door nearest to us, they wouldn't necessarily pass us. Some came by regardless, like then they made a detour and came by, but I think the second door was a bit of an issue. But for the rest, I really love how they did it, how they thought about the layout. Next to the artist, they also had many cosplayers which were in the room next to the artist room. Also these cosplayers had their own tables, could show their cosplays and all, and also in that room was a little bar where people could get drinks, and I think it was just very lovely. Like it had this family-like of flair. It was very local. They had also photographers there. Having someone that takes pictures of visitors and cosplayers is a great thing to have. It is very considerate. It is some sort of entertainment for the people as well, of like getting excited about being in cosplay and then also getting a picture from that, and then having like this picture and seeing yourself in it, and also knowing, oh, I took that at that convention, and it's a very fun and lovely memory to have. I think it's also great for marketing for a convention, like not like for marketing that con itself, but like if you have memories like that from a convention, people whenever they see it will think of it and then wonder if that convention is again and be excited to go back there in case it happens again. So I think having a photographer at a con is overall so genius. Like I just think it's so important to have such if you know you have cosplayers at your con. Besides all of that, they had also a bring by, so that somehow came closest to merchants. And to explain what a bring and buy is, it is a spot at a con with tables, and you go there and you bring your own things that you want to get rid of, you price them, you put a number on, and you have a list usually where you fill everything out, information. So you bring all of that there, and then you have like helpers and volunteers there that take your list and your items and check that everything's alright, and then they display all your things on the table and sell these things to visitors for you. They usually get like 10% of the sales because of the work they also put into it, so some people take that into consideration when they price their own things. and like that you can make some money on the side and get rid of things you don't use anymore. And because there weren't any merchants, I think the bring and buy also got a lot of focus, because there weren't any merchants competing with the bring and buy, and it's also a cheaper way to get things. Of course, it's also used things, might are not new anymore, might be a bit damaged or broken or used, like you see that they are of age, yet it's a cheap way to get certain things. As I already said earlier in the video, when I was there, I also brought some of my things to the bring and buy, and it was very lucrative for me because I sold like 6 out of 20 things, which might not seem like a lot, but I sold one collection of 11 mangas and one collection out of 7 mangas and 4 DVDs already, which takes a lot of space. So I'm so happy that I got rid of that. And while I was sitting at my own booth and selling my art, someone was selling my stuff I didn't want anymore, and I had to not take it with home again, and I don't have it around here, and that's wonderful. So while making also money, I got like around 66 euros from there, which were unexpected, and I'm just so happy they had it. Like, I think bring and buys are awesome, and I wish more conventions around here would have them, because there is no point in me going to a convention that's 2 hours away, take all my art stuff, take the stuff I need to sleep over and clothes and all, and then also on top of that take my bring and buy stuff. Our car is cute and small. His name is Fungi and he is a Kia Picanto, and he is not big. He is very small and cute, and he manages 3 people and artist stuff for a con. So I hope that some more conventions around here pick up on that and imply a bring and buy. That would be wonderful. Like, I love bring and buys. Also, not only to sell things, but you find things you don't expect, because merchants usually have the new things and the up-to-date things and the things that sell well and are new and people are excited about. But at bring and buys, it's like a flea market. You go there and you find unexpected things, older things. So we had the artists, we had the cosplayers, we had the bring and buy, which were like things that required tables and you could go see and watch and buy things from and interact with. But they also offered workshops throughout the day, because it was a one-day event. They had 9 workshops. A con that just started out is a one-day event and is on a smaller scale. Having 9 workshops is amazing. The workshops were also art related, because there were some artists that prepared them and held them, were around to offer these workshops. It's amazing. It's so cool. It's entertainment for visitors, but also other artists, if they had someone to help the booth, that then could just come by and inform themselves about the workshop and learn something new. And they had a variety of topics, like they had about cosplaying and body paint and how to draw, and I think also about zines, and I think that's amazing. It's like they had a big variety, so there most likely was something for each visitor. I'm still just so amazed by the convention, and so far it's one of my favorite local cons. Like, I love it. And next to the workshops, they also had like, it wasn't really like a cosplay contest, it was more like a showcase, a cosplay showcase. First of all, the cosplayers were amazing. Like, they all handed in a soundtrack or like a song on such, and then they went onto stage and some of them performed, some of them were just more like modeling. And due to me sitting all on the back of the hall, I could just stand up onto my chair and then have my selfie stick up and film a bit and record a bit, and I just enjoyed it. Like, it was such a great vibe. I am impressed that they had such, that also so many people participated. And what was really cool about it as well, each contestant, cosplayer that took part of it had a little number on their body, like it was like a pin with a number on, and they were already having that number throughout the convention right at the start. So I was just sitting at my booth, and sometimes I would see cosplayers with a number, and then at first I was like, oh, what's that for? But also knowing that there would be eventually a cosplay showcase, I just connected both and knew that, oh, that's probably a participant, and you could remember that number to then vote the cosplayer you liked most. And then, yeah, like, they would announce the 3 top cosplayers, And I just think that was such a fun idea and also clever to like have the people run around with these numbers. So it would be much easier for visitors and artists like me to recognize them and figure out who's participating and then also vote properly. And also have the time to think about it and look at the cosplays. Like, that was a very clever thing to do. Overall, now looking back and also while I was at the event, having the stage in the same hall as the artist was for me personally not a problem. It was very tame, it wasn't too loud. There was only one time where it was loud, which was for the karaoke. Like, not really karaoke, but there was one person singing. That wasn't too much of a problem because it was only for that short period, for that kind of program. So it was during a couple of minutes where she was singing and where it was supposed to be loud so everyone could hear it. But overall they managed well. Like, it made sense that it was loud that moment, and then for the rest of the time it was very pleasant to be there. Actually, I felt very involved and I loved it. They also used the stage great in the way that they sometimes would go up there, take the mic and inform people about workshops, about problems, if they had to wait for a workshop a bit longer, about this and that. And that's something some conventions also lack, is informing people when what is. Sure, people have a plan, they have a program, they have maybe even a little booklet where everything's standing in. But people not necessarily open it or look at it or forget about it. So having this vocal reminder and them using the stage for such is wonderful. I think they overall executed so many things so well, were very thoughtful and researched. Like, one could tell that they also had experience due to other events, and it got executed so well. Like, I was very pleased, very happy with the event. Overall, they were very communicative. If you had an issue, you could go there and talk to them. And I think that is very important for visitors and people that have their tables there. And it also makes you feel welcome and comfortable. And that's, I think, the biggest importance for convention, is that people want to come there. That people are excited for your event, that they come there, they want to be part of that event, of those memories, and are looking forward for the next time you will have that event. And I think it's just really good. Like, I am looking forward to go there next year again. And I hope that they have enough space to take us again and that we can be there with friends and just have a great time, because that was such a great time. And maybe they even managed to have it like 2 days, because personally, whenever I go to a con, that's one day I have to go there in the morning, I have to set everything up, and then at 6 o'clock mostly, sometimes it's 7 or such, I have to tear everything down, and that it's like you created something. I made my table look so pretty, and at the same day I have to destroy it again, and then I'm like, oh no, all the work. It took me like 3 hours that day, and then an hour later it was already gone, and it's sad. I also just like 2 days events because then you have more time with friends and meeting people and such. Talking about meeting people, I saw many people I knew back, and overall the visitors were so friendly and so precious, and some of them came from really far away, and it's just wonderful. Like, I had such a nice time with people as well and just talking with them, and some will also come to LuxCon, which I'm very excited for, and oh my god, I don't know. Now talking about RedNerdCon, I'm like very excited and like back in the mood of like just going to a con. LuxCon is my next convention on the 13th and 14th of April. If you want to come by and say hi and maybe want to get some of the other things. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I just think the con was a great success for the first time. Like, I also only see it from an artist point of view, of someone who was sitting there all day long. So also, if I say something wrong, I'm very sorry, but I just like get like little information here and there and then give you my experience. Like, this is all my personal experience. Maybe someone else didn't like it at all, and I cannot just not agree with it because I had a great time. Talking about money, it was a cute little convention. How much did I make? I made 66.6 euros at the Bring and Buy, I think. I just thought it was a very funny number because it's 6660 for me as an artist, because I will not stop making flea markets now or Bring and Buys only. But yes, for me as an artist, I had to pay I think 30 euros for the table, which is very reasonable, which is a great number for that con. And then I had some gas and some food, and I didn't have many expenses besides the table. I don't think that I spent more than 60 or 70 euros in expenses on that con for one day. But I also always calculate my food in, and I like food, so yes. But on that day I made 435 euros, which is a solid number for one day. I often like to calculate and expect 200 euros per day for an event, because I think 1 or 2 years ago that was my average on conventions, that I always would get like 200 per day, and I still run with that. And I also noticed that it's slowly getting more and more like that. The average is not 200 anymore, but I still like to be like, oh, my minimum for a day is 200, to go there, to sit there, to talk to people, which is also very exhausting despite loving it. And just like also have my time there. Like, if you look like that, I arrived there at 7:30ish because I was super early on there, and then we stayed until 8. That's like, I was there for more than 12 hours, maybe even longer. Like, maybe I also just left at 8:30 or 9, something like that. But I was there for more than 12 hours, and that's a lot of time. It's also very exhausting. Like, after such cons, I always need like 1-2 days to just relax, take care of me, calm down, and recharge my social battery. And now I have a lot of time. The gallery is currently running, and if you want to go check it out, it is in Luxembourg City in Rotonde. And for the rest, RedNerdCon is over. My next convention is LuxCon, which is mid-April, like on the 13th and 14th of April. And until then, I can be creative, which I didn't have in a long time, to have like such a long period of time just for myself, just for my art, and be a creative being, and that's wonderful. So far, I already started new projects. I filled a whole spread in my sketchbook with ideas I would like to execute or not want to forget. And I already started with some of these projects, like I drew them digitally on my tablet while I was out and about. Something I would also like to do is have some more originals again of me just painting onto canvas. Anything I would like to paint just to practice it, to widen my horizon and be creative without limits, to not like follow a certain system or expectations and just experiment around. I'm so excited for that. So this video will come out soon, and then there will be my video about my gallery, about how it was when I was there. So that's the plan for next video, and then I will see what I will do. I don't know, maybe the one afterwards will already be the LuxCon video. If not, I will just take you with onto my art journey as I usually do, and maybe paint some more. I hope you enjoyed this video. I talked a lot now, and I will now go edit it. If you have any feedback or questions, please let me know down in the comments, and for the rest, I wish you a good day or night wherever you are. Bye!